for your comfort, safety, and play.
What
It's
is
a
good,
battleground, and this is war. You
everybody?
learn scars, you learn lessons, and
Let's
then
do some
you
cardio.
achieve victory. Most chase
Let's do
distraction,
some cardio.
comfort, and play thinking. The
60
world
minutes.
owes them safety. But the truth
Uh,
is, every
this is
choice you
day
make
number 10.
is a move on the battleground of life.
Um,
Every lazy
the other
moment is a
days
retreat.
I was doing
Every
cardio,
disciplined
but
action
not like
is an
this.
attack. And if you're not
Um,
advancing, you're
I
being
did.
pushed back.
I was walking,
So fight,
but outside.
bleed, endure. Life
Hope this
doesn't owe
walking
you
is done
peace.
outside.
It demands you
I
earn
also
it
did
through war. Stop treating your
in
days
my other
like a
slots for
playground.
cardio. I did
Fight
yoga
for your dreams
for the first time.
on the battleground of life.
Um, check that out when you get a chance. Definitely not gonna get better. There's a lot of poses that really were challenging.
I'm taking things to the next level.
Yeah.
Like
This part of my body is very stiff.
Keep talking,
So,
I'll
yeah.
keep working.
Thank you everyone for
You keep
watching.
focusing on everything and
Let's get this
everyone
guy.
else, and I'll keep working. And when you finally look around at where you are and where I'm at, you realize that you have nothing left to talk smack about.
This is a bit too easy. Okay, that's more like
They will criticize you. They will laugh at you. They will make fun of you. They will make snark remarks. These people aren't going to do anything. When you're someone that comes from that circle of people that aren't going to do anything, and you start doing something, that's the result. I think people just, they see you run and they say, oh, it looks so easy, it looks effortless. But before it gets to that point, it's hard. It's like hard work. Day in, day out, sacrifice, day in, day out. Just die. This time when you run, you just want to stop, you just want to give up. Like, yeah, but it sounds so long. The day when you get up and you know what you have to training today, you're just going to be content today, like, oh, God, I don't want to go to that. It's so hard, people don't know.
hey, what's good?
You don't have to cope with your anxiety.
I think if you have not, and then if you can, kindly subscribe. I really appreciate the support. And if there's any questions that you may have, drop it in the chat. And let me know where you're watching from. I am in sunny Cape Town. Very sunny today, even though it's winter, but it's very sunny. So blessed for this sunny day.
Insects, everything God created has a purpose. That's another one of my lectures entitled The Purpose of Life. And the wise man is he who knows his life purpose. See, 10 men with the knowledge of their purpose are more powerful than 1,000 men working from morning until evening and who don't know their purpose. Brother, you are at war with one person, yourself. When you finally stop making excuses for him, you become unstoppable. It's not because you're a new man. It's because you're finally becoming the man that God created you to be. Rise, young warrior. You must get up. Your journey is not over. I can't fight him. He has all my weapons. I have nothing. When you began your journey, you were determined. Nothing could stop you. And now that you are so close, are you willing to give up so easily? It was easier at the beginning. Beginnings are often easier. Think of all that you have accomplished along your journey. What you have learned from your battles with a bear, a snake, a monkey. What's the point of fighting my way up the mountain?
Oh, a starter. Oh, sorry about that. I guess maybe it's the mic, or maybe it's my network on my side. Anyways, hopefully having a good day. Yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe and like if you can. Appreciate the support.
Wow, that is an absolute question that I wish someone would have asked me in my 20s and 30s and sat me down and say, really think about that. Who are you when no one's watching? If you're dreaming about another level of income and you want to start or scale your own company, are you doing the work when no one's watching? Or are you telling people that? Do you dream about that?
But when you have extra time, you're binging out on Netflix or surfing online or comparing yourself to others. It takes work, it takes dedication. Most of the time, there's no applause. There's nobody watching you.
Oh, I think
Who determines
because
when it's up for you?
I'm watching a motivational video
When you
on the
say,
TV.
this cannot be accomplished.
So
this
I think
cannot be
maybe
done, then we are
that is
shortchanging
the
ourselves. My brain cannot,
audio
it cannot
that is
process
maybe
film.
troublesome.
It will not process film.
Yeah, of course.
Because if I have to,
I'm doing 60 minutes cardio, so 60
if I
minutes is
sit
quite
there and have to
long.
pace myself and tell
So I
myself,
definitely need something to
you're a
sort of
failure.
keep me going.
I think that's
Yeah,
that's
'cause-
a worse.
Yeah, cardio.
That's almost worse than
It's
death.
60 minutes is challenging, but I've been able to do it for the past 9 sessions. Because it has not been 9 days in a row. Because there were days where I went for a walk. There was a day where I did cardio. So, but I've been doing cardio.
Your new life.
I've been clocking those minutes from the first of June. So, yeah, maybe that's the audio that is a bit sort of troublesome. It's in the background. But thank you everyone for watching. If you have not, kindly subscribe and let me know where you're watching from. As I said, I am currently in sunny Cape Town.
Everybody has a desire to do something, but they don't have they don't know how to really complete the process of dedicating themselves and having the discipline to do it. If you got the desire, you got to match that desire with your dedication, and you got to match it with your discipline.
No idea how limitless you are when you don't care what other people think or say about you. It is fear that drives that. It is. And most of your mates that you hang around with are just as afraid because you pick somebody like yourself to hang around with.
If you feel like you lost your way, I would say congratulations. If you're lost, that only means one thing. You're about to be found. And sometimes you need to lose your way in order to find a better way. Sometimes you need to lose certain things to gain better things. Sometimes certain doors have to close that you want to keep open so a better door can come into your life.
Sometimes the reason that you're suffering is because you just won't let go of the thing that's biting you. And so one of the rules is if people are impeding your development, you sacrifice your relationship with them, right? It's a very, very rough rule.
Rather than trying to impress people who don't give a shit about you, just start impressing the next 2.0 version of yourself. Like, what would the next highest, most stoic version of you be impressed by today? Would it be impressed by the fact that you're going to bed earlier, that you're waking up and getting your workout in, that you're eating right? What would the future self be impressed by? Make a list of 3 to 5 things and then start doing those things. Like, those are the things I love impressing the future me versus trying to impress the people around me.
I think something that keeps people so stagnant is the fear of stepping into the unknown. You know, staying where we are is painful and we don't like it, but we allow the fear of stepping into the unknown to keep us in situations that we don't even like because we're scared to take that leap. We're scared to really, put ourselves out there and move into that uncertainty. But you got to understand that uncertainty is a gift. It is a gift.
It's quite possible that things could turn out better than you could have ever imagined. Sometimes scenarios play out in our lives and things don't work out the way that we wanted them to. And the reason for that is because the universe knows that you deserve way better. So when the door closes in your life that you really wanted to enter, first breathe it and then get really excited because the next door will be the one that was made for you. I think as a human, sometimes you feel like you always gotta wait for the right time. What makes sense to you to actually start executing, to actually stop making excuses, to doing the things that you always really wanted to do. I'm starting to find myself now being like, nah, there is no right time to do anything. You just gotta start doing. If you have a goal,
you have a responsibility to rise to the level required to achieve it, a responsibility to respect yourself enough to put in the work. It won't be easy, but if it was, everyone would do it. There wouldn't be so many early mornings, failures, or sacrifices. Everything that comes with the struggle is what turns you into the person who's capable of achieving the things that you want. So stop shying away from the challenge. It's your responsibility to face it.
Expecting it to be easy is what makes it much harder than it
10
is.
minutes,
And the path
50 more
of the
minutes
exceptional person
to
is one
go.
of an exception, which means that you are not the other people. It won't get harder. Like, this is the hardest part. And so if you can just make it through this, everything else is downhill.
Sounds like an intro to that song by Coldplay. It was a cold and dark December. On the roofs of I remember there was
Don't let
snow.
anyone tell you what you
Just
cannot
know
achieve. Just don't allow it.
if you
Do
love.
not allow it. Be
Apologies,
what you
just
want
trying
be.
to sort of distract myself.
Stop tying your value and worth to external achievements. How much money you make, the position at your company, what kind of car you drive. Your value must be linked to something greater than material things that can disappear overnight. Greater than what the world defines as success. Instead of looking out here for validation about your value, look internally. Look at your heart. Look at your intentions. Look how far you've come. Get your idea of your value and worth from that. It will free you in so many ways. Stop looking out here for your worth and value. Look inside and look up.
We believe that the biggest obstacle we have to overcome is out there, and many times the call is coming from inside of our own house. I think that the worst enemy that many people have is the voice that's inside of their own head. Now, this voice has probably maybe come from the outside world, but we've now internalized it. You know, we have become our own worst enemy in some regards.
You have to stay busy. You have to find yourself now. You have to find out who you are. And it's going to take effort, man. I hate to tell you that because I know it's probably going to be hard sometimes, but you can do it.
All I keep positive about say is, every time it gets tough, and when I feel like I don't want to do it, there is someone out there in this world laying on a hospital bed, begging for a second chance at life. I don't think I have any excuse to not go hard.
It's easy to give up. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. I'm done. But what's hard is going, yesterday I got nothing from working as hard as I could. Nothing happened from that. I'm going to do the same thing again today, but I'm going to try to go harder. That's the hardest thing in the world. And give 100% and be in the same position that you were each day, but mentally know that you're trying and trying and trying. That's a real grind.
Your current situation is not your final destination. There's more to your life. And I know right now it's hard for you to believe that, but I need you to believe it. Like, everything you're currently facing is building you for something greater. You're more than your struggles. You're more than your pain. I know you feel like nobody understands you. Nobody gets you. I know you feel alone and isolated. To flood your life with appreciation. Even for the little things, the small things, for breath in your body, for your heartbeat. Because appreciation is the first step to elevating your life. So I want to tell you, I'm proud of you for not giving up. When it's so easy to.
Your work ethic reflects your gratitude, which ultimately leads to your results. The grateful person shows up early. The grateful person gives full effort. The grateful person asks several questions. Look around you. You can tell those who are grateful by their work ethic. Those who are great in any profession understand it starts with the understanding that you are capable of going from nothing to everything.
But here's the thing, that if you have a very clear vision and you're absolutely convinced and have the faith in your vision, then all the work that you need to do becomes easier because there's a purpose for it.
Haven't you imagined a better life? Okay, who do you think he showed it to? He showed it to you. Why do you think he showed it to you? Because he wanted to give it to you. But if you don't work, if you don't ask him for it, he cannot give it to you because he created us with the power of choice.
It's not okay for you to be a weak loser. It's not okay. And the reason it's not okay is because you could be way more than that. And it's a crime, an ethical crime.
Thank you everyone who's watching.
All that.
Thank you for the kind words in the chat. For those who have not subscribed, if you can, kindly subscribe. I truly appreciate the support. Truly support. Support will be appreciated.
There are two types of pain.
On my way to possibly Men's Physique debut very soon. I'll definitely keep you guys updated. Thank you for the support.
For every hour we suffer through sharpening our skills, being proactive, and restoring order, we don't reduce the amount of pain we face, but rather we take it on the chin. We sign up for it up front. And because of this voluntary acceptance, day after day, we gain the strength to shoulder it. By embracing pain instead of running from it, we are simultaneously transformed by it. We become someone we are proud of, someone that others can depend upon, which in turn gives meaning to the pain. And it's this feeling of growth and progress that helps us feel useful to ourselves, useful to others, which gives the suffering a purpose.
I don't think anyone who suffered a tragedy that has gotten through it in some way will tell you, I needed to find deeper meaning in my life. Once something has happened that is a tragic event, a loss, a death, or anything that is a setback, some people numb themselves. But that doesn't mean the pain's not there. It just means you're not feeling it. Tragedy is just too strong, too powerful for the mind to fathom. Let's be honest. The mind cannot deal with it. So you have to go deeper than the mind. And the place that's deeper than the mind is love, faith, hope, meaning, and purpose. And that's what you hold on to for your dear life. You can just forge ahead. And some days it's going to be harder, and some will be easier. Sometimes it's very painful. And if you can move from one day to the next, you get stronger, whether you know it or not. And ultimately, what will emerge is a new person, a person that you'll see that you went through the fire, and you become a more powerful person in the process.
All kinds of different ways to break. You can break physically, you can break mentally, you can break your heart, you can break your spirit, and none of those are fun, and all of those are going to leave a mark. But the mark that they leave can be the mark of victory or it can be the mark of defeat. But there's also opportunity. There's opportunity to get stronger, and get smarter, and get faster, and get tougher, and get more stable, and get more resilient, and get better. When you break, you have the opportunity to show the world, the whole world, what you are really made of.
In the process of working on your dreams, you are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain, a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. What you will realize is that you have greatness within you. What you'll realize is that you're more powerful than you could ever begin to imagine. What you will realize is that you're greater than your circumstances, that you don't have to go through life being a victim.
It will not be easy. Start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up on the times you're the toughest, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never, ever give up. If you do these things, the next generation and the generations that follow will live in a world far better than the one we have today. And what started here will indeed have changed the world for the better.
I want to be the best, Bill. Fine. How badly do you want it? You've got to pay a price to be the best. The best pay a big price. You've got to work harder, you've got to commit more, you've got to take more responsibility, you've got to deal with more ups and downs. If you can deal with that question, how much are you willing to suffer?
Be fucking fearless. Be fucking fearless.
The best way to fight the demons that chase you in the night is to stop and turn around. I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one pat me on the back. I did all of the work alone.
The biggest risk to your future isn't your competition. It's the distractions you insist on keeping in your life rather than doing the things you know you should be doing but aren't. People delay doing things they don't like for longer than it takes to do them.
So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself. And that's what you need to really research is, man, why am I not doing this for myself? Because that is the number one purpose in life, is to better oneself.
You've got 1 month left of the year. Now, are you going to take this moment, actually write down your goals and actually take action before the year is over? Or are you going to wait until January 1st for a magical list of resolutions to appear and for you to achieve them with ease for the next year? I don't think you know what the right answer is. You have to take action no matter what time of the year it is, no matter what day it is. Every single day gone by is an opportunity that passes. So you might as well take the time before the year ends to go and put in the effort.
No one wants to die. Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. Death is the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life.
What do you actually control in this life? Because you know everybody will tell you that you've got to focus on the things that you control and not worry about the things that you don't. But what do you actually control? What does that actually even mean? And I'm here to tell you it is a lot more simple than you actually even know, because it is nothing more than your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions. Every single thing that you control is one of those three.
Every single person that I have ever heard of, ever, that has built something amazing, delayed gratification for as long as possible, and also was very tired. Okay, we have people talking about how tired they are. I'm totally tired. I'm tired. That's a prerequisite to success. Every single thing that has ever been built, every single accomplishment that's ever been accomplished, every single thing that is worth mentioning in the history of Earth was built by people who were tired.
Everyone that's out there grinding, working, everyone out there working hard and listening to this and just trying to get yourself a little bit better today than you were yesterday. As you meet struggles, and as you struggle to stay on the path, first of all, remember, you don't have to fight alone. Reach out to your comrades in arms. Call for fire support when you need it. We win wars because we stick together, and when we stick together, we can overcome any enemy. And the struggles that you face when they do try to flank you, do what a soldier does. Turn into the ambush, turn toward the enemy fire, and attack.
You never leave something, always go to something. If you're leaving something, You're constantly turning around and, well, I wonder how it was, and I wonder where they are, and I wonder what they're doing, and I wonder what they're thinking. But the moment that you go something, wherever you're going, it fills your life with passion and focus.
Strength is the only path to respect. Weakness has always been a choice. The choice made in the small decisions and comfortable excuses, and in the refusal to confront hard truths. But here's the thing. The world doesn't care about your excuses. Never had. And never will. Since the dawn of human existence, there's been one universal law that's remained unbroken. Only the strong are respected. But somehow in today's world, we've lost sight of this truth. Society loves to tell you that mediocrity is accepted, and that settling is normal, that your lack of drive and discipline is something to be excused, even celebrated. Let me tell you something most people will never say. This is a lie. Weakness has never been respected, not in history, not in nature, not in life. And it's remarkable to me how many men walk through this world without even realizing the weight of this truth. They convince themselves that their laziness, their lack of discipline, their mediocrity is invisible. But it's not. So ask yourself, is this the legacy you want to leave? Is this how you want to be remembered? As someone who gave up? As someone who settled? Strength isn't just about physical power. It's about your mindset. It's about how you approach life, how you face challenges, how you respond to failure. A strong man doesn't run from discomfort. He embraces it. He understands that growth comes from pain, from struggle, from pushing beyond your limits. A strong man doesn't make excuses. He takes responsibility for his actions, for his choices, for his life. He doesn't blame others for his circumstances. He looks in the mirror and owns it. A strong man doesn't settle. He doesn't accept mediocrity. He's always striving, always improving, always moving forward. And here's the thing. Strength isn't about perfection. It's about progress. About showing up every day and doing the work, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Challenge yourself. Set goals that scare you. Step out of your comfort zone. When you fail, because you will fail, don't quit. Learn from, grow from, use it as fuel to keep going. Remember, strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn. The process, the journey, and it never ends. The choice is yours. But remember this, the world doesn't owe you anything. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for permission.
I was just going through Navy SEAL training. One thing I told myself, I wanted to quit every single day. But many dreams die while suffering. And many of us out here have suffered. And when you're suffering, I'm not talking about this physically. I'm talking about emotionally, spiritually. It can be a relationship. When you're suffering, you give up on the very things that you wanted the most. When I was going through pararescue, I wanted to be a pararescue so bad. But that water haunted me. So when the suffering got too much, my dream died. And pretty much, I almost died with it. If I didn't find Navy SEALs and getting past that hump and overcoming my demons and facing my demons every day, I would have never been up here today. You can't outrun your demons. They'll always know where you're hiding. Trust me at that. And I'm here with this. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done.
You don't achieve worthwhile goals quickly or easily. They take time. They take struggle. They take relentless pursuit day in and day out. That's what it takes. But also, things don't usually fall apart quickly either. So that's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes. You have to watch. You have to watch every single second, because those seconds, they turn into minutes. And minutes turn into hours, and hours turn into days, and days turn into years. Study yourself, make yourself better. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Learn from them. Don't change who you are to become somebody else. Think about the time that you spend in your life trying to be somebody you're not. If you put that time and effort and energy into being who you were and who you are, how much farther along would you be in life?
Biggest enemy is your uncontrolled mind. Observe but don't absorb. Love but don't depend. Want but don't need. Feel but don't dwell. Understand that you'll always have problems. Learn to enjoy life while still solving them. Happiness is not about getting all you want. It is about enjoying all you have.
Just a little reminder, because I haven't said it in a while. You're doing good. You're doing a lot better than you think you are. You've come a long way, and a lot of people are very jealous of where you are. One of those people being you from a different stage in your life. Stop being so down on yourself because you're not where somebody else is. You're where you are, and it's a lot better than where you are.
I think about controlling my own mind. Sure, we are physical beings, but we are our minds. What I do know is this: your mind, the thing that is listening and comprehending these words right now, that is you, and you can control it. You are the machine, and you can control it. People ask me, how do I get tougher? Be tougher. How can I wake up early in the morning? Wake up early. How can I work out consistently every day? Work out consistently every day.
Do it.
See, wherever we have stopped in our dream, we stopped at a place called willingness. Anybody that's fallen short of their goals, they ran into something that they were not willing to handle. Because in order to reach your dream, in order to make things happen, there must be a willingness to do what is required. Life is not about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to what happens to you. When life hits you, blow after blow after blow, and you leave here and it's like, man, this is the greatest time of my life. And then you go through a season of hurt, you go through a season of pain. How are you going to respond? The people that are going to live a legendary life, create legendary things, that actually live in greatness, they already know how they're going to respond when whatever shows up.
I think we live in a world where there's a lot of injustice, where we don't all start from the same place. I think what you should be focused on is what you can do for your life. Your circumstance is your circumstance. I've always believed that my disadvantages are my superpowers.
People have talent. People have a lot of talent. And this is going beyond your talent. So with talent, when there's no more talent, what happens to you? Most people quit. People only go to their talent level. And once your talent level is gone, it becomes a mental drain. That the whole mental game sets in. And most people can only perform to their talent. Why is this my big hurdle? It's because you're performing to your talent.
The journey to success, or really any endeavor, can be a very painful journey, and you can feel very alone. And it's designed that way. I'm getting all this rejection and negative feedback from people. I've got haters. That's the road you're on. Those are the signs you're on the road less traveled. Those are the signs you're on the path that most people aren't going to be on. That you're going to a place most people aren't going to go in their lives. And so what comes with deciding to be great, deciding to do something awesome with your life, is all of those things. What am I willing to do with my energy, my time, and my knowledge to produce the results? That's the bottom line. What are you willing to do? And what most people don't realize is they don't give up on their goals because it becomes insurmountable or it's impossible. Is that they just looked at what they wanted and they just decided within themselves consciously or unconsciously, I'm not willing to produce this result. That's the bottom line. Because the only thing that counts in life are results, not reason or why you didn't do it, but results. That's the only thing that counts.
You have control over your mind. You just have to assert it. You have to decide that you are going to be in control, that you are going to do what you want to do. Weakness doesn't get a vote. Laziness doesn't get a vote. Sadness doesn't get a vote. Frustration doesn't get a vote. Negativity doesn't get a vote. Your temper doesn't get a vote. So next time you are feeling weak or lazy or soft or emotional, tell those feelings they don't get a vote.
Do you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be? Right? Like courage. Do you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be? So anytime you got to be courageous, let's look at it from the standpoint of dreams, goals, and aspirations. You got your dream, your goal, and your aspiration, and then you got reality. And oftentimes reality doesn't reflect the goal, the dream, and the aspiration. So you think courage, like being courageous and following your heart because it somehow knows what you want to do. It's almost like when you feel something that you should do, and for some strange reason, like your mind or your spirit tells you, no, I don't want to do it because it takes you outside of your comfort zone, but you know you should do it, you can feel it, and then you go against it.
Happiness as an aim is shallow and weak. It cannot withstand suffering. Obviously, because when you're suffering, you're not happy. And if the purpose of life is to be happy, then when you're suffering, your life has no meaning. First of all, don't aim at being happy because that's just not going to work, especially when the storms come and forget about that. And there's going to be times in your life where you're suffering so much you can't believe it. And so you're going to need something a hell of a lot more robust than happiness to get you through that. And then you might say, well, what's more robust than happiness? Or maybe even what's more robust than pain? How about adventure? How about we go out and sail the uncharted seas?
The first way to get focus is to find purpose. The way to find purpose is you must identify what it is that you have to be purposeful in. Right when you are struggling with what to do, who you are, what's your next move, you are in an identity crisis. You are struggling with just who you are. See, you have not discovered who you are.
The plan ain't gonna happen. We can delay it, right? When we don't want to be courageous, when we don't want to encounter that level of faith that we know we need along our journey for our goals, dreams, and aspirations. You can delay it, but courage, that's a different ball game. That's pressing forward in the face of opposition, adversity, uncertainty. Different ball game, but the question remains, do you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be? That's the essence of courage to me. Turn the page. And just because you had some bad chapters doesn't mean your story can't end well. Turn the page.
What is your wake-up call? What is enslaving you? What is controlling your thoughts? Is it the television set? Feeding your mind images of what life should be? Is it the internet drawing you in and controlling your time? Or is it weakness? A lack of discipline that prevents you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish?
it's important for lost young people, male and female alike, to develop a vision and take on some responsibility and understand that they have a vital role to play in the world, that the lack of their best hurts everything. And I think that's true. And the sad thing is that there's very many people who have not heard an encouraging word in their life. And it takes so little to encourage them that it's rather tragic.
You have to discover who you are in order to move you forward. If no one ever gave you the directions, when you get up and you get up in the morning, you go get in the car or you walk out your door, you have a destination in mind. If you go outside with no destination, what do? You wander around. Once you don't have a destination, you are going to wander around. You cannot get in your car without a destination. What do you drive? So you are in an identity crisis.
Because when you think about true courage, I look at it as a person being who they authentically were made to be. In every avenue, in every aspect of their life. When they walk out of the door in the morning, they are who they're supposed to be. It takes courage to be that. I'm not saying that there aren't things in life that we just have to do. There are. But what I am saying is ask questions. And don't believe everything that you're told. And don't follow the path just because it's there. Don't get in line just because other people are.
Those times where you get up early and you work hard. Those times when you stay up late and you work hard. Those times where you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream. That's the dream. It's not the destination, it's the journey.
Here's what you should know about winning before you chase it. Winning's not loyal to you. It doesn't care about you. Winning doesn't care how sore you are. Winning doesn't care how much sleep you get. Winning doesn't care how hard you work at times. Winning requires all of you and then more, and it promises you nothing. It's a mastermind of creating fear and doubt in your mind. It causes setback after setback. So the question is about winning. Are you willing to sprint when the distance is unknown? And why chase this thing called winning? Because the only thing that's guaranteed in life, if you don't chase it, is losing.
You have only one life, so don't waste it being controlled by someone else.
Nietzsche said, "I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and impossible." The fact that something seems impossible shouldn't be a reason to not pursue it. That's exactly what makes it worth pursuing. Where would the courage and greatness be if success was certain and there was no risk? The only true failure is shrinking away from life's challenges.
When you're going through something, accept it, embrace it, because going through something turns you into something. No matter how hard things get, no matter how difficult things become, whatever you face must also face you. Never give up.
A person's character is not judged when they ride the wave of success. When everyone chants their name and you want to be their friend. No,
Whatever you
your
face,
character is put
it must
to
also
the
face
test
you.
when your back is
Wow.
against the wall. It is never finished. You always have more to do. Another mission, another task, another goal. And the enemy is always watching, waiting, looking for that moment of weakness. Looking for you to exhale and close your eyes, even just for a moment. And you go through failure alone, but failure
has made me who I am today. Failure gives you two choices. You stay down or you get up.
See, it takes a great deal of strong courage and commitment on your part to step out a line. With Henry David Thoreau says, a man doesn't keep pace with his companions. Perhaps he is listening to the beat of a different drummer. Let him dance to the music that he hears, however measured or far apart. When you are committed to dancing to the beat of a different drummer, don't expect people to understand you.
Don't have time. That's a lie. You're too easy. Sure you are. That's odd. The excuses are not valid. And how do you stop the lies? You stop the lies with the truth. And the truth is, you have time. You have the skill. You have the knowledge and the support and the willpower and the discipline to get it done. Cast out the lies. Burn them down.
That is good, my bro from Russia. Hopefully you're having a good day, bro. Glad that you popped in. Hopefully you're having a good one.
In the race of life, life's not going to give you a glass of water when you're thirsty.
Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. But if we don't physically make a decision how we're going to live, then
I'm just catching up on some cardio. I just want to see what time is it right now in Russia. On my side, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Worst fate than to achieve everything and not be fulfilled.
The majority says if you go through heartbreak, if you're on your knees because your life is falling apart.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're in 1 hour ahead. Okay. Hopefully you have a good afternoon, and hopefully the weather isn't too bad. It's sunny on my side, so grateful for the decent weather.
People aren't after happiness, they're after not hurting. It's not that they don't want to be extroverted and enthusiastic and full of smiles and laughter. That isn't what they mean by I want to be happy. What they mean is I don't want to be anxious or in pain.
What you say to yourself matters. And we understand that from a common sense perspective. But somewhere along the line, we have all stopped saying, you're going to make it. You got this. And when you start your day by saying, I look terrible, that's not going to motivate you to change it. And so your sense of feeling like the effort is worth it begins and ends with how encouraging, supportive, and kind you are to yourself.
You complain about your job. You complain about where you are financially. You complain about your relationship. You complain about your opportunity. You complaining. Listen to me. You murmuring and complaining. You complaining and complaining. Shut up. Stop complaining and do me a favor. If you want to make a difference, all you got to do is one thing. It's not to get started.
Bro, I've been watching UFC in a while. But I've seen it quite a lot on Netflix. I think it was on Netflix. But I haven't watched. Is there any particular fight that is coming that you think it's worth the watch? Because I've only watched it before. And then if there's a good fight that you would like to recommend, I will definitely check it out. Because I haven't really watched it in a while. And I've seen it popping up a lot on Netflix. Let me know, the fight is coming up, the fight currently going on. I would love to just check it out, see what's happening, because it's been a while.
Keep the promises you make to you, you will begin to stack upon that self-confidence. There's things that you know you're supposed to do as a human being. Things that you know are going to improve your life. Do those things.
We can control what we feel. We can control what we do. We can control what we focus on. When we take control of that, we're able to control the inner world. There's only two worlds you can master. The external world, that's how you achieve things.
That's how you can bring your dreams into reality. How do I take what I dream about and manifest it in the real world? Physically, mentally, emotionally, creatively, spiritually, whatever. The real big masters of the external world, but inside, they're a disaster.
How you do anything is how you do everything. You're saying, oh man, I gotta do this the way I do that. That's real boy talk. We're talking mentality, we're talking spirit, we're talking disposition. We're talking about how we show up and how we work for what we say we want, without letting situations, circumstances, and people dictate what we bring into an environment every single day.
Your eyes are the window to your soul. A belief, inspiration, willpower. And just like when you put something in your mouth and you chew it, it can either enhance the disease of yourself or be a demise depending on what you're eating. The same goes true with what you see. There's a visual diet out there that's good and bad. There's negative energy if you look at and you focus on all that coming.
Justin Catholic took out Turipia. That was a shock. Hey, I need to catch up. I don't need to catch up. I'm probably gonna get highlight somewhere on YouTube. And I think before I can get to the highlight, I think I need to sort of get a background story, because I think the last time I watched UFC was the time of McGregor, Joy Jones, Stickland. I think the last fight was Israel, Eva Sancho. The one with the famous video where he was mimicking the bow and arrow to that guy he knocked out. But I'm definitely gonna check out Justin Gatling and Superior. I will definitely check out. Probably receive my next kind of session when I watch some UFC.
When the alarm sounds, it's time. Rise. Despite fatigue and soreness, curse the warmth of the bed. Curse the comfort of the pillow. Fight the temptation of weakness. Get up and go. You go after it. You give it all you have. If you lose, at least you try, man. I failed. It's 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena. When you guys find a fear, that fear will either hurt you or destroy you.
Get up. Go.
This is yours. You're the captain. You're the master. You're the foreman. You're the general. You're the head. Don't give control of this to nobody.
Everything is going wrong, right? It seems as if the wall is falling down. It seems as if man don't nothing work. Oftentimes, there was decisions and choices made or prior to that moment.
Oh, Derek Lewis lost his fight to Josh.
And so when you look at shortcuts in different areas and aspects of life,
I definitely need to check out. I definitely need to check out UFC from those comments or those messages. I think it's heating up, and I don't want to be left out. I'm definitely want to check it out soon. Next time when I'm doing cardio and popping again, I will definitely let you know what's going on or what I'm seeing.
It was the hardest times that built the endurance in your life. It was the hardest times that built your belief. So you might be in a season right now where the world is trying to lie to you. The world is trying to tell you that your life is over. The world is trying to tell you that you ain't special. The world is trying to tell you that you ain't got no worth, that you ain't got no value. The world is trying to tell you that better days aren't ahead for your life. The world
world is trying to tell you that nobody else will love you, care about you. The world will tell you that your dreams are over. But I'm going to tell you, it's a lot easier to believe those things when you look at your circumstances. But I tell you all the time, I'm going to tell you right now, you can't trust your circumstances. You got to trust your faith.
I love fear. The reason why? Behind every fear is a person you want to be. Fear is self-imposed. It doesn't exist. You create it. You can destroy it too. It's an intangible. If you face your fears, guys, you realize it's not that big. And once you face it, you're like, oh my God, man, I spent all this time running from it. It was so small. If I just faced it, my God, not only did I face it, I beat it back. Energy's never lost, transferred. That negative energy of fear is destroyed. It comes back as confidence. What else am I capable of? What else am I holding back from? That I'm capable of more. What am I running from? I don't need to. What else can I overcome?
There's some tough times, I'm sure, many of them. But as you push through those, you become more. As you become more, something magical happens. You don't just grow. You expand in your spirit, in your soul, in your capacity, in your skill. And all of a sudden, fear becomes less and less a part of you.
Do not reason with weakness. You cannot. You must only take action. Get up. Let go.
Get up and go. Get up and dream, man.
The thing that you'll resent isn't whether or not you make it. The thing that you'll resent is, now that you know you can, will you actually try?
If you find a fear, the quickest, the easiest way you can beat it is initially, right when it comes in. If you allow the
No.
seed, it will grow root. and start
Russian
breaking
fighters.
it down. Destroying the
I think
potential person you can be.
when he said that he made a mistake,
Champions, guys.
because even me,
It's not the potential,
who hardly
it's not the
follows
genetics. It's a person to always show up. Always
UFC
know
that
fail
much,
and failure
I
as part of
definitely
success.
know that
Success is not,
the hardest
a marathon,
hitters
life is just ups.
and the hardest
Success is formulated through failures.
fighters, they definitely come from
Through
Russia.
facing your fears, through falling down,
This is
getting
these
back
two
up.
guys that
That's
are
what creates the
forgetting. There's the
When you
guy,
got up to this point, all that it really
the
is
guy who took McGregor.
is a duplication.
I
It's
just
a
forgot his name.
reproduction of what
And there's
you
a guy that I
believe
recently saw,
subconsciously that you
not recently,
deserve
but a
and
couple
what's
of months
possible
ago.
for your life.
I think
Operate out of your imagination,
his
not your
lip
words.
is very unique.
I
I
don't
think his
know
upper
every
lip,
day. I'm not
I think it's also from
accomplished every
that
day. I'm not where I
area.
wanna be. I'm still learning.
Definitely
I'm
from the
still
clips that I've
growing.
seen.
I'm still trying to get better.
That guy
You
who
gotta
said
position
the Russian
yourself.
fighters
Stop
were
hiding.
weak or whatever,
Stop
he
Stop looking at what other
he
people
knew
are getting
nothing.
and look at what
Because
they're
even
doing.
I
And you start
can
doing it, you
definitely
start
what I've
getting it.
seen
You don't get out of life
that
what
there's
you
no
want.
weakness
You get out of life what you
coming out
earn.
of Russian fighters.
Stand up.
Let's know
Go forward.
that the weather.
Go out in a blaze of glory, fighting with everything you've got, every bead of sweat, every drop of blood until your last breath.
There's something dangerous about a person who becomes addicted to growth. Not dangerous in the sense of harm, but dangerous in the sense of power. The kind of power that comes when you stop settling, stop making excuses, and start living with an unrelenting hunger for becoming better than you were yesterday. Because here's the truth. The moment you become addicted to growth, you become unstoppable. You start seeing obstacles as opportunities, failures as lessons, and challenges as fuel. You don't just survive life, you dominate it. But addiction to growth doesn't come naturally. It's not something you stumble into. It's a choice, a mindset, a decision to stop living on autopilot and start chasing your potential with everything you've got. And when you make that decision, when growth becomes your obsession, that's when you become dangerous. Being addicted to growth means that you're not satisfied with staying the same. It means you're willing to challenge yourself, to step out of your comfort zone. To push past your limits, because you know there's more out there for you. It's not about perfection.
Appreciate the support. I think that's all she wrote for now. See you very soon.
The grind, the journey, the relentless pursuit of progress.